the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here. I think I've already screwed things up today here on, can't even get the day started here on the Sports Money Network without screwing things up, but here I am on the channel, ready to go with our previews here for Monday and the NBA, NHL, and hopefully at the noon hour we'll be able to have bases loaded today with Mike and Sharky here, as I tried to fire up the wrong show, but well, made it here anyway to get to you guys and preview the games here today. What a wild day we had on Sunday, huh? Boy, crazy results there and crazy games. Hopefully we'll be able to duplicate it here tonight, but I'll preview the games with you here, hopefully I won't send myself off the air here on a Monday. So thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. But we can recap some of the action. We let a few people come on in here, and I'm ready to go with today's games, but want to take a look at the games certainly from the action here in the NBA on Sunday. We did have some crazy games, of course, and let me get these set here. Started off with Magic and the Pistons. Pistons over the Mavs, 116-104 to advance to the next round to play the Cavaliers. Cade Cunningham, 32 points and 12 assists. The Pistons were 16 of 33 from three-point range, and they advance with the win there. Impressive performance there, and a nice job by the Pistons to regain their composure there a little bit after they were definitely thrown for a little bit of a loop by the Orlando Magic. It was Jared Allen. Detroit erupting for 40 points in the second quarter. They built a 20-point lead in the second half, and they went on to win and hold on for that cover. But hey, here on the Morning Steam Show, we were able to come through there with, let's see what we had here. We had the under there. Oh, yeah, we had the under. That's right. Detroit, good performance by Cunningham and crew. Also, Cleveland smoked the Raptors. There we go. We did have the winner there in that one with the over, as Cleveland was able to take them down 114-102 behind Jared Allen, 22 points and 19 rebounds. It was 49 all at halftime, but the Cavaliers outscored Toronto in the pivotal third quarter, 38-19 to win the series. The home team won all 7 games in the series in that one. Jared Allen, not only 22 points, but 19 rebounds. The Cavaliers had 60 rebounds in the game. Mitchell and Harden combined for 50 points, and the Cavaliers win and move into the conference semifinals. We'll see those teams in action here. We'll also preview today's game, San Antonio, Minnesota, the Timberwolves without Edwards and DiVincenzo, and also preview here the Knicks and the Sixers with Joel Embiid versus Karl Anthony Towns, Brunson versus Maxey. We'll go through the matchups here today for the action on Monday night. All right, how about the NHL on Sunday? Man, okay, we'll first cover the Montreal Canadiens able to beat Tampa Bay, and what a bizarre game this was, as Montreal wins at 2-1, Game 7 on the road. Alex Newhook scored on a shot, and the goalie hit his back and bounced in. The Habs went 27 minutes without a shot in the game, an NHL playoff record. Tampa outshot Montreal 29-9. But lost, and Montreal will go on to face Buffalo Sabres in round 2. there. Tough luck, Tampa Bay Lightning. But hey, we did have the winner here on the morning steam yesterday with the under in that one, 2-1. Yeah, we had the under with Montreal and Tampa Bay, but did not have the over in the game between Minnesota and Colorado. What an unbelievable game there. The game of the year in the National Hockey League to take the lead in game one there, tied at 5 in the third period. It was Colorado winning it 9-6. The Avs scored 3 goals in the opening period, 2 minutes in the opening period, within a 2-minute span, the opening period, to take the lead, and the Wild roared back. It was 5-5 after 2, as I said, and then some empty netters made it look a little lopsided there, 9-6. But man, Minnesota just kept coming back time and again in the game, and it was closer than it looked. It looked closer than it looked, but then again, Colorado always had the answer. That was just it. I mean, it seemed like no matter what Minnesota did, Colorado was always going to get there. They're just so swift and adept there. But great job. I mean, if the Wild are doing what they need to do here in this series, it probably isn't going to work. But it was I guess if you turn it into a game like that, there's always a chance. I mean, you can't score. You can't win if you don't have 1 goal. You can't win if you don't have 6 goals, I guess. So see if they keep up that same type of philosophy in game 2 against the Avalanche. I guess it didn't work in the end, but they definitely were putting the pressure on. It wasn't a matter of fluky play or goaltending necessarily. It was Minnesota took a chance, tried to put that ultimate pressure on in the game offensively. So just a wild one, man. A game of the year over there, no doubt about it. Monday playoff schedule tonight. We'll look at it with the Flyers and the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes leading a series 1-0. Young Flyers team here shut out in the opening game. We'll see if they can rebound. And of course, the Ducks are here in Las Vegas. A huge challenge for the young Ducks against the veteran lineup of goal scorers, Eichel, Marner, Stone, against the young, fast Ducks. And an unbelievable coaching matchup. Who'd have thunk it? Quenneville versus Tortorella here in Las Vegas. I guess star-studded as we get that series underway here tonight. All right, there was some great action also this weekend. Saw some NASCAR yesterday. I didn't cap the NASCAR card here, but Texas 400, Chase Elliott dominates, outruns Denny Hamlin after yellow for the final 4 laps, 7 cautions in the race, and F1. The Miami Grand Prix hampered by those storms. They moved it up 3 hours, but the cars didn't get their new setup on rain tires, and Antonelli won for the 3rd race in a row on a rain-soaked street course. Norris finished second to his teammate Piastri, was 3rd. Max spun on the first lap, finished 5th. The chaotic flip there by I had to look it up, by Grizzly. There in the back of the pack, man, crazy. The car was flipped over there and landed right side up. But scary incident there in that one. So also golf, Cam Young blew away the field, 14 birdies the first 2 days. He finished at 19 under to crush the field. Scotty finished with a bunch of guys a distant second at the Cadillac Open this weekend. All right, let's take a look also at who's here and ready to go with the show. I'm just a little flustered there. I fired up the wrong show, so probably get fired here. Razor, the boss, is here, and I can't even do the right thing right now. Bobby Mack is here as well. We got a great crew, I'm sure. Nick Handy. Hope you joined the guys right now. What a job, what a show last night as the guys who were on there for the big games in basketball and hockey last night, especially that late one, man. Unbelievable game with the guys. Hope you were there watching them last night. Blake is here. Good morning. D-Jiao there. Thank you for being here today also. We've got M the Great joining us. Sharpie is here today. What? Oh, I got to tell you. If I'm Sharpie, Sharpie's always blessing us with the top pitching matchups. Who'd have thought that the pitching matchup of the year tonight would be between Davis Martin and Jose Soriano and the White Sox and the Angels. Don't laugh. It's the pitching matchup of the year. Well, it is statistically, I guess. I mean, these teams aren't very good, but all right, the Ixnez is here. These guys are making me look bad here because these guys are awesome and I'm screwing up the channel. All right, Crazy Game Razor said. There's Jermaine in the chat. Robert here talking EPL here, I think here. Let's see. He said Chelsea first half money line there. He says with Nottingham Forest in rotating their squad here today. So that matchup, we got an early game here. It's a bank holiday in England. So we got an early game here in just a short while, just 23 minutes away with Forest and Chelsea. A little bit of early action here on a Monday. So that's the way it rolls in Europe today. Just a little bit of a respite. Andrew K, good morning as well. And let's see, Andrew says since Brunson came back, the Knicks have made since Brunson came here, they continue to make the finals. So we'll see if they can continue to keep going here right now. Robert was talking about a little bit of EPL there yesterday. We saw good news there for Man U. In the game against Liverpool there, scoring the 6th minute, the 14th minute, holding on for the win. Arsenal and Fulham, what a year for the Gunners as they keep going there. Robert said, watch out in that game between Hotspur and Villa. Richarlison scored for Tottenham, and they did get that win after all. Also, what else was going on in Leeds over Burnley, Brentford over West Ham. Saw Thiago get that penalty shot in there this weekend. I guess Wrexham was a big story too. Don't forget, they missed qualifying for the championship playoff for their possible promotion of the EPL. So, looked like this year, hey, what a story this team has been, promoted from lower divisions from 3 years in a row, but they finished to a 2-2 tie in the final game in league, missed by 2 points to get into the playoff for the promotion. I'm sure next season will be the year for Wrexham, but just didn't quite get there this season. But everybody loves Wrexham because of the show and everything. So FIFA continuing criticism here as the World Cup. They're going to call it the price gouging cup, a monumental betrayal. USA Paraguay opening game going tickets between $2,000 and $4,000 to get in. This will be the highest tickets ever in the history of sports, probably at the World Cup this year in the United States. All right, let's see. Chickadee's here. Hello to Crystal in the chat today. And here we go, Sharpie. Sharpie, what about the big game today? Davis Martin and Jose Soriano. Come on. All right. Thanks, oh, man. Thanks, Razor. I've done that before, but only every once in a while. Just maybe because I'm getting used to the new digs over here at the new Sports Money Network. Man, it's really great shows, and really great to have you guys here joining me here. Let me just cover the baseball here real quick from Sunday. Then I think I'll be ready to go. I think we got a great crowd in here already. But we did have some winners here on the morning steam yesterday in the major leagues. And here we go with some of those winners here yesterday, as we had the Dodgers over the Cardinals yesterday, and why not? Dodgers Robleski over May 4-1, turned into a low-scoring game after all, but Robleski there lowered his ERA to 1.25. Unbelievable right now for Robleski, the left-hander. Really big-time season here right now. Keeping the Dodgers together there as they were able to knock off the Cardinals there. And that one also had a premium pick winner over at winnable.com. And that one, as we had the under in the game there, as the Dodgers were able to get the victory there, as Andy Pajes had an RBI double and Hyun Kim had a RBI single there. The Dodgers lead the Padres by half a game. And the Dodgers had lost 4 in a row and 9 of 15, so they're not out of the water here just yet, but they did get that win. Also, morning steam winner here yesterday with the Astros over the Red Sox. as they were able to win on the road. Man, the Red Sox can't even beat the Astros at home. How bad is it right now for the Sox? Cam Smith, a 2-run single in the 10th inning for the 3-1 win there for the Astros. Also, morning steam winner here, the Yankees on the run line. Oh, I also had the under the premium there, Astros and Red Sox. We had a strong day with the winnable premiums there. Also, Yankees, a winner with Max Fried. They crushed Baltimore again for the third straight day. It's a wraparound series, ends today. But Aaron Judge, a 2-run home run. Ben Rice, home run as well. And the Yankees are 23-11. Can't stop them. Also, morning steam winner here yesterday, or with the Giants and the Rays. Under in that one as Jonathan Aranda, RBI single in the 10th inning. San Francisco's lost 6 in a row. They cannot even score any runs. The offense is in a woeful shape right now for the Giants. I mean, no end in sight. They just went 0-6 on the road trip and scored just 9 runs in their last 7 road games. They're 13-24, tied for the second worst record in the National League. Although after the game, the Giants did call up hot first base prospect Bryce Eldridge. Probably get a chance to see him here this week. I don't know what they'll do, where Schmidt's going to go or how they'll work that out, but we'll take a look-see there and see how that goes. And other than that, not a great series of winners there on Sunday, but Phillies did beat the Marlins, scoring 6 runs in the top of the first. Bryson Stott hit his second 3-run homer of the weekend. After the game, Marlins did send down Augustin Ramirez, who was supposed to be a really good hitter and a lesser defensive catcher, but he's only hitting .231, so they'll bring up rookie Joe Mack there in that one. Also, Pittsburgh over the Reds, 1-0. Game was scoreless after 7 innings. O'Neal Cruz had a game-winning hit at the bottom of the inning there in the game to get that win. Royals over the Mariners. Cal Raleigh sat out the last 2 games with side soreness as the Royals went in and swept the Mariners there over the weekend. Wild there. And Padres were able to beat the White Sox 4-3. Xander Bogaerts' a game-winning single in the 8th inning. That ended the White Sox 5-game winning streak there as the Chicago teams kind of beat up on the Padres. Manny Machado, Miguel Andujar homered for San Diego. The Mets over the Angels 5-1. Mets found somebody they could beat. Clay Holmes has been terrific, 4-2, the 1.69 ERA. The Mets have the worst record in the National League. The Angels have the worst record in the American League, so it was an appropriate series this weekend. Vientos homered twice and 4 RBI. Red Sox. Let's see, we said that. I think, did I cover them all? All the ones I wanted to cover anyway? Braves beat up on the Rockies again. Johnny Heim, a 2-run home run for the Braves. They are 25-10. Matt Bush, 3-run double. Cubs over Arizona. Cody Clemens, RBI double. Minnesota beat the Blue Jays in there. And let's see what else. C.J. Abrams, 2-run home run score for Washington as they were able to grab one from the Brewers. Also, the A's hit 3 home runs early in their win over the Guardians. And I think that was it. Oh, the late game. Spencer Torkelson, a 2-run home run for Detroit. They went on for a 7-1 victory there over the Rangers on Sunday. All right, you can get more picks from me over at winnable.com/Ramon. I've got my sports money premiums over there every day, and you can pick them up for just 41 cents a day when you subscribe. See if I can't bring the picks up here. They had a little bit of a good run over the weekend. There we go with the picks. You can pick up my daily show over there too if you subscribe for free over at winnable.com. I have a daily show on YouTube here. Cover the spread. You can check that one out over there as well. Take a look at some of the winners we had with the premiums here yesterday. There they were, some of those sports money premiums there, including that Red Sox game to go under there yesterday. And let's see, I think that was a good one. Also, that Dodgers-Cardinals game to go under. Kind of a slow day for me there, I think, on the premiums. So check me out, though, 41 cents a day, and it keeps me coming here to the show each day over at winnable.com. Ooh, hello, in your face. There we go. All right. Want to appreciate everyone for joining me here. Let me say hello to some more folks as we get ready to start the previews right now of the big game, and see if anybody else had checked in here. Sharpie says, Schlittler and Baz. Baz could show up here today. We'll talk about it with you guys here. AOD's ready to go with his Pistons here after the big win yesterday. Sigh of relief for AOD. Hey, everyone, like this video and subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. I have a saying. I have a new saying here. I've written it down. I can't remember what it is, but it's going to be something about the new Sports Money Network when I get everything in order and get a nice little script here for the beginning of the show. All right, Terrell here. Yeah, well, these guys are great at making these thumbnails and everything. I try to make them with the AI, but all I get is, making me look goopy there a little bit. All right, let's get to the show here today and get to the previews on a Monday and start off with the NBA. I think I covered everything I was interested in here. Let me get this in there too. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages over at winnable.com for just $19.95 a month. You get a steady stream of plays from me and sports, domestic, and abroad. And just when you subscribe to a month, I give you an extra week in there, 5 weeks, and you get some extra plays every day. You don't have to play them all, it's just the recommendations. I mean, I'm here already trying to give some winners with you guys, and if you want to get more timely information from me, it's really just about the content here. So check me out over at winnable.com. All right, let me also be ready to go for the soccer match coming up here in just a short while. We got a few games going on here in Europe today. All right, let's get ready going here with the 76ers taking on the Knickerbockers game. Let me get the yesterday out of here. Game one between the Sixers and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference. A little bit of a throwback here, the Sixers and the Knicks. Hey, well, no series has played as much in the NBA as the last series for the Sixers with the Boston Celtics. Out of all the series you could think of in the NBA, actually, that one's kind of the biggest one. It's the 9th time the two rivals have played a Game 7, more than any other teams have ever met in a Game 7. But we know that the Knicks did go through, and man, when you the Sixers did go through, and man, when you look at it, the Sixers just had the better lineup from man to man there against the Boston Celtics, and now you look at it against the Knicks, and I don't know if it's safe to say that they have the better lineup than the Knicks, but I think they match up pretty well again. The only problem here for the 76ers is they're coming on just 2 days rest after playing a pretty grueling series against Boston. We saw Joel Embiid. Maybe he's been accused by Brown of being a diva or being a diver, more like they're a flopper. He called him a flopper. But, he was definitely getting nicked up there at the end, playing very hard, diving around. Might be kind of a Mickey Rivers type. If you remember the old Yankee player Mickey Rivers, he always was limping around like he was hurt, but then all of a sudden he's still second base and third base on you like he was faking you out a little bit. Now, we know Embiid plays hard, and we talked about the games that he missed a little bit too, but he was pretty durable. When, I don't say when he's healthy. I mean, there's just no question. I mean, Embiid did miss time here and there, but when he's in there, obviously he's a hard trying force, no doubt about it. He is on the injured list actually today, but listed as probable, but they did list him with a hip injury here, but probable for the game. So Sohan questionable in there for the Knicks. And let's see what you guys think here in this one between the Sixers and the Knickerbockers on Monday night, game one. The Knicks are kind of in their element, 28-13 against the spread at home this season, but Philadelphia was one of the better road teams against the spread, going 24-16. But they were 16-21 against the spread as an underdog. So, look, like I said, the Knicks are well rested here. So, I don't know if that's built into the line necessarily at 7.5, or if maybe the Knicks are supposed to be 7.5 point favorites. I'm not sure they are, but I think there might be a little bit of tax on there just because the Sixers had such a grueling series, and they were able to get out of there alive from Boston. But now 2 days later, meanwhile the Knicks have been waiting here to play them here for the last a few days here right now. They finished that series with Atlanta back on April the 30th. So obviously the Knicks finished so strong there with those 3 victories, and they won every game. And when it was all said and done, the average margin of victory for the Knicks in the series was over 25 points. They lost 2 games to Atlanta, each game by just 1 point. Meanwhile, they won those last 3 games. Remember, they won the first game, and then one game 4 there, 114-98 by 16, and they won by 29 in game 5, and then by game 6 they won it there 140-89. So it got a little wild there for sure, but able to get it done there in the 7-game series. Or I hope I said that right. I might have said game 4, 5, and 6, 5, 6, and 7, but nonetheless, 2 teams here this season won each game on the other's home court. The road team won all 4 games this season when the 2 teams played. Back in December, the Sixers won 116-107 at the Knicks, getting 6.5, and then they won again in January, 130-119 as a 3.5-point dog. Then the Knicks went on the road to Philly in late January, won 112-109, and then blew out the Sixers on February 11th, 138-89. So this was a high-scoring series during the regular season. The series games averaged over 225 points, but this is a playoff, so now you got to way down here at 213. But I don't know. I think in the first game, if I had to think of the dynamics that could or should happen here, now look, the teams are definitely profile as an under here when they play each other, and overall, Philly's gone under in 11 of their last 14, and the Knicks have gone under in 10 of their last 15. And we know that game 1s are supposedly a slower start. They got to feel each other out and make adjustments. But I don't know. I think the problem with the Sixers here is I don't know if they're going to be necessarily afforded the luxury of that situation with the urgency. They might be forced to kind of play up tempo, even if they're. I guess you would say that they're not likely to play a fast tempo game because of the fact that they were involved there. I think at the let me describe it as forced to kind of go at a faster pace here because of the fatigue, if that makes any sense. So let's see what you guys think, though, here in this one. The Knicks maybe check off all the boxes, really, but I just think Philly matches up so well. I wish they didn't have this issue of the short turnaround here. That's what it kind of feels like to me. Wish they were, had a few days or whatever to be in position here, because the problem is, I believe, the short turnaround for them. The Knicks have the elite home environment. They've got, that defensive profile here, the strong ATS form. They've covered 9 of their last 11, 109.5 defensive efficiency for the Knicks. So a team like the Sixers that's trending under heavy can get bogged down here, but I think they're just going to have to try to force the pace, unfortunately, because of their fatigue factor. So let's see what you guys think here in this one. The Philly recent ATS surge there in their last series against Boston. Basically, they covered 5 of the last 6 games. Matchup-wise, though, they've struggled against the Knicks in the last 9 head-to-heads, going just 3-6. But again, both teams winning both games on each other's home floor is an interesting dynamic coming into this one. So we'll see. You might think that maybe the Knicks could be favored by more, but man, I want to take Philly here kind of because I think they just match up man for man just fine. Maxey against, we said Maxey against Brunson, right? What do you think there? Edgecombe against Bridges. I like that. I kind of like BJ Edgecombe in that matchup, don't you? Oubre and Hart here. PG and OG. Is it PG and OG? Is that the mostly who's going to be on one of PG and OG? and of course, Embiid. Look, you could say that Towns is a little more durable, but don't you think the strength or the Embiid is a little bit better than Cat, I think, here? So let me go to the chat before I make a fool of myself here and see what you guys think in game 1 for the Knicks and the Sixers here. Here we go with some plays. Kane is going to take the Knicks on the money line or the spread. JJ got to eat the bird. He lays it in. Dr. J and Larry Bird. Man, I'm old. Celtics to smash. Wait a minute. We're seeing if we can get Nate in here to see what's going on. And Stop Geo's here today. LG Games is joining us. Bumblebee Farmer. We're trucking in the honey for this one. I like these kick streamers. Andrew K says that Joel, I think is it Joel rules the East, or is it Bill Cartwright? Have the beard going on. Embiid won't make it 7 games if it goes that far. If they're going to be matching them up, this quickly, is that the determining factor? I still want to take Philly in the game. I just think, oh man, I might be going against my little algorithm here. It really does weigh heavily right here towards the Knicks, even liking them close double digits here, but I can't do it. I'm going to take the Sixers. Knicks money line and under here for Barr. Nice to see Barr over here on the new Sports Money Network. Don't forget about Alvarado and his role here, helping out Maxey. Alvarado has best games of the season, says Andrew K. Syntix is here. Synix, thank you. Andrew K. The Knicks are rested and hot. Robert's going to take Philly, though. Philly fans are trying to work and keep the Knicks fans out of the building, but money talks. Edgecombe is, man, could you believe this guy? He really is a unheralded, up-and-coming force star, and his interviews are terrific. Brunson just standing there. Maxey can cook. I'm going to give Brunson a little more credit than that. Maybe he's not living up to the Mosley got fired. No, come on. Mosley got fired there. What happened? Or are you saying will they fire him? Look, we saw the comments there last night, right? And now we'll see. Is that right? Is that true? Mosley out here? I'm looking, but I don't see it right now. Please let me know what's going on. Now, look, they did have Paolo Banchero. They said to him in the post game, hey, great job, man. You really pushed the Pistons to the limit. And Paolo Banchero, he was trying to bite his lip and say that, hey, you know what, we really did it. We really gave him a scare there, but he had to point blanket and say, well, you know what, actually that's 3 first-round exits. And where we're at right now, that maybe isn't where we want or need to be. And he basically, I don't think he threw anybody under the bus there, but I think he was just saying, the chemistry just still is not quite there for this Magic team. Maybe they should have had a better regular season. When they were playing well there, they obviously they were cooking and they had a pretty good winning streak in there. But all right, Magic didn't want to play. Is it official? I haven't seen it yet. Please let me know about that. Cat 5+ assists on the ladder. Everybody's looking for the ladder. AOD. Let's see. Blake here likes the Sixers as well. Oh, Leon, the Knicks GM. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah. And when they showed Dolan there, right, in that big game where they were scoring all the, remember, 41 effing points. Knicks hope Brunson, his weak ankle, can keep up against Maxey here. You got to, I think I thought about the matchups there. Fully loaded Sixer team. It just, like I said, to me, it's the problem with the. I'm taking them. I'm taking them as well, plus 7.5 points. Sometimes we overrate that a little bit, and that's why I'm hoping. I gotta hope that happens. I don't want to give a handicap on a hope and a prayer, because I do think the Sixers are going to give them a very, very difficult time in this series. It almost feels like Game 1 is the tough one for the Sixers because of the short turnaround. And I'm serious about Embiid, right? He was limping around there. He was getting beat up pretty good there in the last few minutes of the game. I mean, twice he's limping around. Oh. Okay, OG and Hardenbridge is going to swarm. Maxey says AOD. And then PG and BJ and Embiid. All right, Knicks will win 4-2 for a Knicks Cavs Eastern Conference Finals, says VAR. OG could be the X factor in this series. Thank you, Jermaine. Appreciate that. Yeah, I just was checking out the social media, but I do see it now as the Magic fired Coach Mosley here after 5 seasons of his tenure there, 3 consecutive playoff runs, but they just couldn't get over the hump right now. So Orlando was eliminated for the 3rd straight season, as I said, there, and the Magic president who signed a contract extension just before Orlando's run to the NBA Cup's Final Four. He'll be searching for a new head coach here right now. The Magic did have 2 division titles and 3 consecutive winning seasons. They did deal with some injuries as well to some key starters, particularly over the last couple of seasons. And, could it have been a different story if they would have had Wagner in there in the key games? He's a very top player. He missed not only those games, but he missed a couple. He missed a few games here in the series. And I think we've got a Forrest goal here right now. But is it a goal? It's a good goal, right? Forrest the game just started, and Forrest is celebrating here a goal just in the 2nd minute. All right, let's see here. Maybe the Knicks win in 7. Mikhail under his PRA there. Not only Mikhail under. I think my favorite player in today's game is actually BJ Edgecombe. I hope that he's feeling spry and ready. I think Edgecombe against Bridges might be the best mismatch for me for the Sixers here. And VAR says, can they get him in foul trouble? Okay, that's it. I'm doing it. I'm taking Philly. Here, plus the 7.5. And really would almost prefer more, I think, in games 2 and maybe 5 and 6. Because of of that first game fatigue factor just 2 days ago was that 109-100 win. The Knicks, meanwhile, have been off here for an extra 2 days compared to that. So, all right, I'm taking the Sixers here plus the points, and we'll see about that total. We'll see what you guys, we saw what you guys had. Oh, a few more comments here, I think. Sixers coaching edge there. I did take Mike Brown at the beginning of the season to win the Coach of the Year. Obviously, it didn't happen, but I thought after the first few weeks, I was like, "Oh, well, I'm a genius. Mike Brown's going to be the Coach of the Year in the here, right?" Because the Knicks, I don't know, I thought they looked pretty interesting there early on, but that wasn't the case. Knicks are a better team than Boston. Yeah, I think Boston's got got some things to think about. Boston has some things to think about, I think, here. They ended up with kind of a weaker roster in the end. Yeah. Um, I think that they got exposed a little bit, huh? Not quite the same unit. And then, of course, not having Tatum. It's interesting there to wrap that situation up, right? I think we did it kind of yesterday, but um, we mentioned here on the show, right? I mean, oh, Tatum is down with injured in the last game, and then all of a sudden he's not on the injury report, and then it comes to Game 7, and then a few hours before the game he's out of the game. Out of the game. How does that even happen? I mean, that should be a fine. All right, let's go to the next one here in the NBA. We don't have all day. Timberwolves and Spurs here in this one. Yeah, kind of not the same thing, but the same another kind of if you're going to handicap the news angle, what can you say? I mean, it's a 13-point spread. You wish it wasn't. You wish it wasn't. You wish this was a more fair and even matchup. Unless you're a Spurs fan, you don't want to root for injuries. But I mean, the Timberwolves will be without two of their top players. Anthony Edwards, one of the best players in the world, and Dante DiVincenzo, a very, very good point guard. I mean, it doesn't matter what team you're on if you're missing your point guard. And I think he's above average, that's for sure. So this is going to make life very, very difficult here for the Timberwolves. As good as as nice of a job they did against Denver, and maybe they had a little bit of, familiarity with Denver. Hey, the Wolves hope their familiarity here works as well, because the Wolves have actually performed very, very well against the Spurs. And see what you think about the matchups here. I feel like this could be a little bit more defense, but especially in this first game, we'll see how this series goes. But I expect kind of a rugged game here, rugged series between these two, especially defensively. I mean, you got to have, Conley stepping in here. Look, Conley's been a great player in his career, but, against Fox and company, could be a little bit difficult for Mike Conley. I mean, he's going to be there every time. He's always, his best game is between his ears, and it's always kind of going to make the right move. But does he have the, overall talent left, the overall skills left as a veteran player like this to make it happen for Minnesota? And Terrence Shannon Jr. will be in there now. That's another area where it will hurt the Timberwolves a little bit, guarding, guys like where they're usually very, very strong. Don't get me wrong; they probably still could have some pretty good defense. I mean, you would think that against Vassell, Champagny, they're going to have their set of issues here for San Antonio. But it's also difficult for Julius Randle here against that front court, and for Rudy against Wembanyama. Forget about it. I mean, we know Rudy can't score anyways, but that's going to be a total dominance. So maybe we have some French trash talking there between those guys, but. Is it enough here today for Minnesota? I mean, 13 points. They're in the conference semifinals. They're still a pretty good team, even without those players. But I don't know. Right now, it does feel like, don't forget, Minnesota had to kind of extend themselves a little bit too, while the Spurs have had an extra 2 days off there. In fact, the Wolves at least have had extra more days off than I guess the Sixers had, 2 more days off, but then so have the Spurs. And there's some issues here with the injuries as well for this game. You've got here Dosunmu, who is going to be coming in here with calf injuries questionable. Now, I will mention the situation here with Anthony Edwards. Now, look, he's not. Everybody wanted to count this guy out a little bit, right? With this, with his injury, but the status is, he's been upgraded to questionable here. So I think that's big time here. It's kind of unbelievable to think about right now, but we'll see if he can make it into the lineup somehow before this series is over. And be amazing if he did, if you think about it. I mean, I thought it would be more of a season injury, but he was back on the court shooting this weekend at practice. He traveled with the team. The report is he will not play tonight against the Spurs, but possibly game 3 or 4 right now. So, great news, but probably going to have to wait a couple of games to get him back right now into this one. Also, Kyle Anderson is probable. Carter Bryant is questionable for San Antonio. So, good news for Ant, but just not going to be quite ready, I think, here for game number 1. We can get ready to go with the chat, see what you guys have here in this one between the Wolves and the Spurs. Maybe that number is a little bit inflated. I don't know if it's actually gone down here. The 13 to me indicates the move has been on the Wolves, so maybe there's a little bit to that. Edwards report. Some people are kind of jumped to conclusions it could be sooner rather than later, but Minnesota still comes in hot off of that series at closeout against Denver coming in. Now, in this series this season, Minnesota, I would say, has had the best of it against the Spurs. In 3 games, Minnesota did win twice, and they also covered in the 3rd game. Now, one of the games that they won was 104-103, and they were favored by 2.5, and they did not cover, but they did win at home twice, and the Spurs won on their home court, as the 3 games were each won by the home team. Both teams Minnesota won at home. They covered the first one. They did not cover in January just by 1.5 points. And then the Spurs were able to win but not cover against Minnesota. So I'd say if you look on the surface, that maybe the Wolves have had just a little bit better of it there. But in this matchup, they've been competitive. They've covered 4 of the last 6 games against the Spurs. And, if the variance is there, I think it'll be a slower situation here. I think this is a defensive series period between these 2 teams. I think familiarity all kind of favor Minnesota in the end to cover some games, but I don't know about it without the 2 players here tonight in game number 1. I think it's going to favor the Spurs to maybe get a jump out to the lead here. Minnesota could steal one, that'd be incredible, but both teams are trending under. Minnesota went under in 4 of the last 6. Spurs went under in 4 of their last 5. And I think the head-to-head does lean over here. 2 of the 3 this year went over. 4 of the last 5 overall between the 2. Those often reflect regular season tempo, obviously, but at 217, I'm definitely willing to go under here in this one. If San Antonio gets ahead, they're going to play it like they kind of do, and that's with some deliberate pace, suppressing the scoring there. Minnesota, what I've seen, in my opinion, is when Minnesota plays against tougher matchups, tougher teams, they also prefer a more methodical pace. I think anyway. So my pick is going to be here on the under in this one with Minnesota and San Antonio. I'm going to go under 217. Let's go to the chat though and see what you guys think and what you think about that. Like I said, with the factor here. All right, let's see what we got. Here we go with over for VAR. Well, so much for that. San Antonio and under for Steve. And the block is here, watching my back. Do not stand in the shadows. The Wolves here for Robert says a little bit too much, a little bit overcompensation there. Minnesota for Terrell as well. Terrell, I think Terrell, we're going to send him over to kick. He's starting to sound like the kick crew in here. I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Also, Cash Kane says the Spurs in a blowout here. I think I want to take the Wolves maybe in this series to cover some of these games. But this one, I think this one might be the tough one, actually. And then maybe once Edwards gets back in this lineup, that's really going to help. I thought I saw the video of him shooting around, and I thought that was good. That looked pretty good. So we'll see what the status is here. It does feel like he's really taken on some momentum to return to the lineup. like I said, there's new reports that suggest he could play tonight. So if you like the Wolves, you better get on them right now because the report said targeting a return to the lineup in Game 3, but a recent report did say that he could come back here and surprise everybody here tonight. So there's a lot of momentum behind that right now. Don't say I didn't tell you so, because I don't know if I want to necessarily believe it, but I saw the video of him shooting around there on Saturday. So they're optimistic about an early return for Ant Edwards here, and surprising status upgrade here right now. So I'll just play the total because a little bit of a nervous time there. Okay, anybody else here? Bumblebee Farmers delivering the honey. Oh my gosh, here's another goal right now. Forrest has just hit a penalty here. They got the Bally's jerseys. All right. Oh, rocking the cradle here. We're rocking the cradle. And the kids are going crazy. Okay. Yeah. Right, Terrell? And well, that's what I was wondering, Terrell, because look, like we said, this thing's already kind of dipped from 14 or maybe even 14 and a half to 13, but we know that's a big difference. We know that if he's back, we're going to be looking more like 10 points or maybe even single digits, I would think. All right, I guess that's it. I guess I'm taking the under here in that one. Thank you, guys. Let's move on to the ice. Da-da-da-da. All right. Let's go over to the NHL here tonight. We got a couple of games here. We've got a game 1 and a game 2. And we'll start it off here. It's not the Golden Hurricane. It's the Hurricanes. Here we go. All right. Oh, man, I guess my Padres have put Ramon Marquez here on the injured list here, 10-day injury report. Okay, let's get to the hockey here tonight with the Flyers taking on the Hurricanes. And, well, like I said in the monologue, it just feels like this is just a terrible matchup for the young Flyers team. They really couldn't get anything going against the Hurricanes, who look like a tremendous machine here right now. And, maybe in game 2 here, they can close the gap a little bit, find out what they can do to score a goal. That might help. And so we'll see what happens there. Got a little bit of steam I see here right now coming in. Boston Red Sox against Detroit. They were, they were about 210 or so, but looks like right now Boston, who was getting plus $2 or more, might be dipping down here behind Peyton Toll. We'll get to the baseball here shortly, but a little bit of a move here on the Red Sox this morning. All right, now Carolina obviously coming in here with a ton of momentum here after mashing in game 1, dominant in their first series. It does just feel like a classic playoff mismatch. Carolina's rolling with 6 straight wins here right now, dominant at home with 5 straight. They own this matchup historically, winning 9 of the last 10 games. Flyers did have a good recent form here, 10-4 run, but it might be a little bit misleading now in the context looking back at it here. Hey, it was a great series with Pittsburgh, no doubt about it. And both teams had their moments there, and drove the series there a little bit. But Carolina here right now, I mean, not only 5-0, but 3-1 as a puck line favorite. Now Philadelphia is 3-1 as a puck line dog here so far in the postseason. So maybe they could hang here, getting all of this coverage, if you will, with the puck line in this one. Current line there is Philadelphia plus 1.5 at minus 120, and Carolina minus 1.5, and a little bit of even money. I think I got that right. Let me look at I didn't even look at it actually here straight away. Flyers minus $1.30. Sorry about that. And Carolina plus $1.10 on that puck line here today. So, all right, let me hear from you in the chat with this one. We know, these teams have been combined, and so far in the postseason, 3-9 to the under here. And after the 3-0 first game here, it's hard to think of anything but a possible repeat performance. Maybe the Flyers get one here today. Maybe it's 3-1. Maybe it's 4-1. Maybe it's 3-2. That's juiced heavily to the under 5.5 under 30. So 3-2 could be, but if you got minus 250, you got to think puck line is in play. So 3-1, 4-1. Can the Flyers even get one here? Maybe we need to go to the chat and see what you guys think in this one. Carolina's defensive metrics allowing 2.8 goals per game paired with Philadelphia's. I've got them for a very low output here, probably under 2 goals, maybe 1.8 goals here or so. So I think strong, another low scoring game here between these two. And I don't know. I think it's still going to be tough for Philadelphia here right now. Add in the heavy under trends from the postseason here for these two teams, and unless Carolina, falls apart with their scheme here against a team that they just dominate in a semi-frequent series here. Carolina's gone under in 7 of their last 8. Philadelphia's gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road. So, look, the Hurricanes don't just win here; they likely dictate the game wire to wire. So, I got to think it's going to be. Well, I'll take Carolina here in this one on the puck line over Philadelphia. I might need to save that total, and I don't know. Feels like could be an instant replay, but Philadelphia has constantly struggled against Carolina's, forechecking game and the defensive pressure system that they run. Game 1 already showed the gap, and nothing in the trends suggests an adjustment is coming. They're just going to have to find a way. They're going to have to find a way. Are the Philadelphia Flyers here? I think their youth is exposed, I think, a little bit right now. Let's see. Not much from the chat here. What's going on? Flyers have not scored a first period goal in the playoffs all season, says Nick. I mean, that's, talk about slow starts, Nick. Jeez. Canes roll again, says Philly Eagle Flyer. That's it from the chat. Man, I guess it's not the most thrilling series here right now, but I didn't know nobody was going to take any sides here in this one. Philly Eagle Flyer, it's always great to have him here. Thanks for being over here at the new Sports Money Network. We knew you'd be here anyway. We knew you'd be here with us. A Flyers team total under there, 4-1. Why not sprinkle some final score? Hope it's a little better for Philadelphia than the doomsday that I'm portraying here, but they're really just going to have to find a way within. Hey, they did win a game against Carolina this year at home, 3-2, back just about 3 weeks ago. It was a shootout, but they did take that one, so they won one against them. Roberts going under. You have to lay the juice to get these 5.5s here, even in the postseason right now. The scoring is taking a turn to the low. Man, the markets are shooting up here after that report this morning. There was a report that 2 missiles hit a U.S. warship trying to escort boats in the Strait of Trump. But now the markets have gone way up. That must be a false report. All right. Guess that's it for that one. And I'll take the Carolina Hurricanes to get it done again. All right, here we go. Let's go to the West Coast game here with the Ducks and the Golden Knights here. Western Conference semifinals. The Golden Knights are favored by $1.65 here. And like I said, that veteran lineup here going up against the Speedy Ducks. And look at the total in this one. At least it's 6.5. Right now, and maybe not quite under 25. Let's call it under 15, which I don't know. This still says going to be pretty little different way here to go about the playoffs with the Ducks and the Golden Knights. But hey, what a job the Ducks did against the Oil here coming in. So Vegas, of course, winners of 3 straight there, as they were able to put it down in the end and got it done against Utah, despite a little bit of a slip up there in the middle, but they were able to win 3 straight games. I don't know if they played overwhelming there against Utah. I almost want to give Utah a lot of credit for the way they performed in that series, but hey, Vegas was able to come out of there in 6, and same there for the Ducks to get it done. And Ducks were just 1-2 though on the road in those games in Edmonton overall, but they won the big one there, of course, at home 5-2 after losing at Edmonton 4-1. But remember, they did get a road win at Edmonton 6-4 when they kind of surprised them there. And you know these totals, man. Remember that series with those 7.5 totals, but that was Edmonton. Maybe Vegas has got it going a little bit different here, at least defensively, compared to the Oilers series. But see what you guys think here. This feels like a brutal matchup spot for Anaheim walking into Vegas, skating into Vegas for game 1. The Ducks are obviously playing well with 4 wins in their last 5, but you know, other than the fact, okay, here's the thing: they've won 3 straight. All the last 3 meetings here this season, all Ducks. They won 4-3 here in Vegas back in November. They won 4-3 at home a few weeks later, and then a meeting this year, 3 times this season. But in February, the Ducks won 4-3. So they've won all 3 meetings by the score of 4-3. Have the Anaheim Ducks here. So now, though, I mean, obviously the playoffs a little bit different story. And even though I'm talking up the Ducks and these 3 straight wins, including 2 at home, that win over Vegas here on the road was just their 3rd win in the last 17 games in Las Vegas. Now, granted, they were a lot better this year, and they'll just have to overcome the fact the Knights have been dominant at home, winning 6 of their last 7. Vegas has the stronger playoff profile with their experience, a deeper top 6, I think, and a tighter defensive structure as well, allowing 3.1 goals per game, and Anaheim allowing 3.5 goals per game. So a significant projected scoring here that maybe could make it a high-scoring game in this one. I mean, hey, all 3 games went 7 goals. Why couldn't this one be 7 goals? I don't think I'm not necessarily trusting the Golden Knights here at $1.65. I mean, the Ducks, remember, they were leading the division there late before a little bit of a collapse. Vegas had to kind of rally. Of course, their schedule was easier down the stretch. And like I said, who'd have thought we'd have a coaching matchup of Quenneville and Tortorella here in the Western Conference semifinals. So game 1 intensity could favor a more experienced, structured side like Vegas here. And that's, you know, I don't know about getting a win by margin, though. I think survive and advance might be a more appropriate way to look at it. Vegas is being kind of priced here as a bigger favorite than I think they probably should be in this series. On the total here, Anaheim's gone over in 10 of their last 15. Vegas has leaned that way recently as well. Teams are combined, I believe, 8-4 to the over here in the postseason. Is it 8-4, 9-4? If Anaheim even can, if they can get 2 goals, they might be okay to stay in this game. If they can play any kind of defense, you're probably going to need 3 goals, though. Maybe 3-3. Who's got it? Who's got the overtime here? 3-3 here, or is Anaheim just going to be really overwhelmed in the end? Give them credit for winning all 3 games this season. So I think the game clears. Vegas may be able to win, but I don't know if they can get a puck line here. I kind of want to. I probably think the line's a little bit too heavy, and maybe we'll end up on the Ducks here, actually. So I think that should be a closer line than this one. But I'm going to go ahead and take the over here in this one with Anaheim and Vegas, and maybe it will be 4-3 in favor of somebody. If all 3 games were 4-3, even though the Ducks won, why wouldn't this game be 4-3? Because of the playoffs? Maybe. Didn't stop that other Western Conference series. Let's see what you folks think here right now in the chat with this one. Is anybody going to chat, or is it just going to be me and the bots? All right, here we go. Bar likes the under here, and Cascade likes the Ducks on the puck line. Over trifecta for Philly Eagle Flyer. Robert liking the over as well. Could it be some draws later in the series, but just a sprinkle on it tonight? Okay, I'll take the over, and I think over is a draw, right? I think over is a draw to me, right? Because I don't think it's got to be at least 3-3. I guess if it's a one-sided game, it probably ends up just 4-2. Maybe it is Vegas to win it with that big odds, but $1.65. Look at the win losses of of these two teams, right? Coming in. I mean, all of a sudden, here's now we know that Vegas had all those overtime. They were just like the Kings, right? A lot of overtime games, a lot of overtime losses as well. All right, let's see. Anything else from the chat here? I'm just going to take the over in this one. Figure it's going to be 3-3, and then it'll go to overtime, maybe, and maybe the Ducks will do it because I think the number here just a little bit too high for a series where Anaheim won 43 games in the regular 43 games overall in the regular season. The Golden Knights won just 39 times there. So, all right, 5-3 maybe for Philly Eagle Flyer. Maybe it'll be 4-3 somebody, and then somebody will get that empty net goal. So now that sounds more like the nice. Hey, Robert Dixon made it over here. He's on the new Sports Money Network. He's on the Ducks here. All right, yeah. I think it's too high of a line, but I'll take the over here, and maybe we'll find our way to the Ducks tonight. That's it for the hockey. We got a great daytime slate of Major League Baseball. Not a full card here, but 12 games to go, and there is one time change of note. It is a night card here on Monday, but we'll start with the first game and get to that information here right now. Okay, here we go. Let's cover the major leagues here today. Get your pens, pencils, and rotation orders ready. This one is a time change to 5:40 Eastern, 3:40 local time, and 2:40 Pacific with the Mets taking on the Rockies. Now, it looks like Tobias Myers is an opener here. It's not, I don't think, confirmed just yet. If so, for Tobias Myers, David Peterson eventually gets the bulk of the innings here in this one. Peterson basically, tried to demote him out of the starting rotation, but they couldn't. They really didn't have the right. They couldn't afford to do it. They have to keep Peterson in here right now to actually, technically not even starting, but his numbers are really bad, and it just hasn't worked out. Peterson was supposed to be, one of the strong points of this Mets rotation. Right now, he's been a liability, but Peterson should be the bulk pitcher after, and possibly after Myers. I think they have to use that. So they've done it before. I think with one of the Peterson starts here, since they tried to demote him. I think did he go to the bullpen a little bit? Peterson 7 games, a 6.53 ERA, 1.71 WHIP. For Tomo Sugano, hey. Remember that guy on Houston, Imai? And he's like, oh, man, I came to Houston, and the mound is different. The workout regimen is different. The playing indoors is different. And the hotels are different. And the meals are different. I can't speak. Sogano says, put me in Colorado. I'll pitch there. And I like it. Now the Mets are favored. The Mets are favored here for some reason. They're not any better than the Rockies, are they? At least not right now. The Rockies are 14-21, man. The Mets are 12-22. Now, Sugano, 2.84 ERA, 3-1 record coming in. Myers, good numbers, so maybe he can get through that first inning or so. I think it would only be one inning. But 2.04 ERA for him if he is the opener today. Let me know if you know in the chat. But That's the way I've kind of looked at it here. You know, Colorado in their last 6 games is hitting 278 right now with a 455 slugging percentage. I mean, they're looking good. They're looking good. The Mets are still the Mets. I mean, they barely could beat. They won the series against Arizona, but up against the Angels, but barely. And the Angels are, I think the Angels are the worst team in the league right now. And there's 2 teams I can think of that are bad, and they're one of them. So I think Sagano here, 1.16 ERA coming in here to this one. I think he's got the stable situation against this Mets pitching situation that is a little bit unstable. We'll just have to see. Peterson was supposed to be way better than this. Supposed to be an impactful player. So this one ends up, like I said, going early here. Make sure you make your adjustment. This is the first game on the board here. I'm going to go under in this one as my play, though. New York is just 5-15 in their last 20. They've been a poor road favorite so far this season. Just 6-10 on the road so far. 9-16 is a favorite overall this season. Colorado 7-9 at home. They're not a good underdog, that's for sure, but Colorado's been competitive in this exact underdog range, and they've been definitely swinging it better, no doubt about it. Mets, meanwhile, are dreadful here as a road favorite over the past season and a half. Like we said, Colorado's been competitive in this exact underdog range. Well, the Mets in this exact favorite range is 7-20 as a favorite in this range of $1.25 to $1.75 or so. So I wouldn't want the Mets here, but I'll go ahead and take. I'm going to take the under. I think the trends point to over a little bit with the Rockies, but the Mets are 5-11 to the under on the road because they can't hit. So I know it's in Colorado, but I'm going to take under in this one. I think Sagano's got good numbers here, and maybe because the Rockies aren't a tremendous hitting team necessarily. They got a little bit of inflation with the playing at home, but they are 6th in batting average, 10th in slugging, 3rd in doubles, 6th in hits. That's way better than the Mets offense, that's for sure. But I'll go under here as my play. Colorado does have a 4.46 bullpen ERA. The Mets are 3.69, so maybe there could be some late scoring. I'm going to go under 10.5 here, but be hard to maybe talk me off the Rocky. You couldn't. I don't know if you could put me on the Mets at all. Let's go to the chat and see what's going on here in this one. Nobody's going with anything here. Okay, Nick loves Sugano. Robert here is on the Rockies on the run line, and that might be it from the crew. So I'll take the under, though, here with the Mets and the Rockies. But I think you can hear what I'm saying right now. I can't believe the Mets are favored. I mean, based on just name alone, I would think the Mets right now, because there's no way that this team, I guess we have to make them a favorite just because they're, the Mets, and they should be better eventually. So, all right. We'll see. Mets have had some injuries too, obviously, here right now. Let's see if there's anything going on with the Rockies. No, not really. Okay. I'll take the under, though, here right now. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's move on to Phillies on the road here, taking on the Marlins with Aaron Nola going here against Jansen Junk. Junk's got the 3 ERA coming in and a 2-2 record for Nola. 6.03 ERA, 1-3 record. Now the Phillies are picking it up here a little bit. No doubt, had a good series against the Giants, swept them in there, and did take the series against the Marlins on the road, even though they got shut out in game number 2. Miami, meanwhile, lost 2 of 3. There to the Phils there. At Miami so far. This is a wraparound series, by the way, I should mention. Didn't mean to say they took 2 out of 3. They've taken 2 out of 3 so far. But Miami, to me, was playing, has been playing better here of late. Even the first 2 games, I think Miami was okay here. They did get blown out yesterday, 7-2. So let's see, though, what you think here in this one with Jansen Junk going up against Nola here. Now, Miami is just 4-12 as an underdog. They are indeed an underdog here slightly. So I don't know how tight we want to rate that necessarily. Miami, after all, is 11-8 at home, and Philadelphia is 6-10 on the road coming in. So Nola has certainly struggled, but Philly's won 5 of their last 6 finally, and they're continuing to start to hit. Junk has solid numbers, but a low strikeout rate, 16%. So it does make him vulnerable against a lineup like the Phillies. Maybe they are the hotter, deeper offense here at this point, but Nola's elevated whip and his home run rate kind of combined with Miami's over trend here, 11-3 to the over as an underdog here, kind of makes me think we might see some runs in this game. Both bullpens are pretty solid, but we might see the runs kind of come early here in this matchup. So let's see what you think here in this one with the Marlins and the Phils. I think I want to take the over here in this one at 8.5 runs. Got some comments here in the chat. It's going to be Robert on the Phillies here on the road. And Terrell says Philly over in their team total. Yeah. Marlins are 20-12 to the over overall this season. But like I said, 11-3 to the over as an underdog. And the Phillies are 14-10 to the over as a favorite. This despite the fact that the Phillies, we talked about, okay, the Phillies are starting to pick it up. The offense is starting to go, but they're still 29th in batting average, 25th in RBIs, 26th in hits. Terrell says, take the Sixers. The Philly Eagle, this is the Philly Eagle Flyer parlay. Well, I guess it's the Philly Sixer Flyer parlay. Take the Philly teams, he says. Okay, I'm going to go over here in this one with Nola and Junk. And Twisted said Nola's so bad right now. Man, can you believe Nola here? No wonder the Phillies are struggling here. But he's also got Boston, Marlins here, Blue Jays, Guardians, and Atlanta over. Thank you to Twisted on the news, Sports Money Network. Next up, the Red Sox going to take on the Tigers. Hey, good pitching matchup here, huh? Peyton Toll. He's 0-1, 3.37 ERA. Not perfect so far. He's got a 103 whip, though. He's looking pretty good out there. He's got this stash going. He's a left-hander. And, hey, maybe the Sox do have a chance here against the Tigers. I think they're going to probably get some attention, but Scooble 2.7 ERA, 3-2 record right now. Boston's been losing again here all of a sudden. They struggled to beat Houston just 1 out of 3 times at home, man. It's just not going good. Boston is 3-8 as an underdog this season. We know they're a big dog. You got to look at the run line more on this one. Doesn't matter. They're 3-8 as a run line underdog, and Tigers are 13-11 as a run line favorite, but they are 11-4 on the run line at home, and I think most of those were as a favorite. I didn't quite check, but this is where they've been excelling, and on the road the Tigers are struggling here right now. So hey, I can appreciate the steam that came in on the Red Sox here, but I don't know. To me, it just feels more like the Tigers. This is one that they can get the run line. Is anything about Boston threatening here right now? I mean, they're 13-21, continuing to struggle here. The Tigers are 12-3 at home right now, and they just had a pretty good series there against Texas, taking 2 of 3, held Texas just 2 runs in the last 2 games. And these 2 teams also have met already in a 4-game series at Boston just 2 or 2.5 weeks ago, and they split that series. Boston won game 1 and and 4, including a 1-0 win on April 17th. Detroit did pick up a couple wins in between, 4-1 and 6-2. So these teams have already met in the first series here. Let's see, we got some picks here already. Roberts on the under. Safer play might be the Red Sox on the run line. And let me dial it up here a little bit with this matchup. Does look like a mismatch on the surface, so the pitching, starting pitching anyway. But Peyton Tola has done a pretty good job so far, and he's pitched in some high profile matchup there against the Yanks. So Skubal walking just 3.6% this year. So Detroit, that strong home field so far. Boston's offense is inconsistent at best, and they're facing a lefty, obviously. So Detroit's gone under in 5 of their 6. Skubal, we know what he does is, avoiding contact here for sure. Hopefully Boston can chip in a few if they took the steam. Maybe they're supposed to cover a couple here, but I kind of want to take Detroit here. It seems too. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy here necessarily, but I'm more apt to think that Detroit at home, this Boston team continues to struggle. I know the Sharps are all over Boston here. The steam has come in, so maybe it is their day. Maybe Peyton Toll, is all that. Been pretty good here so far. 15 strikeouts and 10 in the third innings, 5 walks. So see what you think here in this one, but man, I'm going to take Detroit here. I feel a little bit, I don't know if anybody wants Detroit here on the run line against Boston, but I'm going to do it. I'm going against, not fading the Sharps here, but they're definitely on Boston here. All right, a Nerfy here for Terrell. Toll's been great to start the game. What's that Tigers bullpen looking like now? Well, so far what we've seen from the Tigers pen is kind of middle of the road, 3.95 ERA coming in. So, and who is going to go? Skubal goes 6. Then what are you going to do if you're the Detroit here? Will Skubal only go 6 here in this one? And then what does Detroit have left in that bullpen right now following this series there against Texas? They did shut them down. I mean, they definitely had some, man, what a collision here. Man, the Chelsea player, I don't know who it is, but he is down. Looks like, was it some head-to-head contact there? So I would imagine here for Detroit today, you're going to see probably Drew Anderson in there. They ended up using 6 pitchers yesterday, so I think maybe that's the question. Brant Herter got the win in 38 pitches. They did not use Jansen, who is back. He took he was out for a couple of games there following that blown save last week, but I'd imagine Drew Anderson, and then they can use Finnegan again. I don't know about Bert Schmidt. He's thrown a few pitches here this week. All right, I'm taking Detroit here, but I do respect the steam very, very much in this game on Boston. First 5 for Cash Kane here. Twisted's worried about the bullpen. And Finnegan, could it be Finnegan taking over those closer duties from Jansen? Yeah, not yet, right, Nick? I mean, Jansen obviously needed a little bit of rest there, I think, but I believe he's they didn't move him to the injured list, did they? I might have to look that up. I don't think they did. I think they just ruled him out here. He is questionable right now with a groin injury, so we'll see. That could be a big factor today as well. But I'm going to take him with the Skubal here. I'm going to do it. All right. Let's keep it moving here right now. And the next one, Kane says it can't trust the Tigers full game once that bullpen gets in there. Just that Boston's been miserable here right now. 28th in on-base percentage, 27th in RBI, 28th in home runs so far this season, and Detroit's limited the home runs for sure. Detroit's had a nice run with their offense too.
Steam playing.
Hey, you heard it. You got some steam going on in the background here, and man, it's on a game coming up. Not today, but it's basketball. Cavaliers and Pistons. Steam here to the over at 2:14 for tomorrow. Tomorrow's game. It's up to 2:15.5 right now. The steam's coming in with Cavaliers and the Pistons here. This player's obviously got a concussion here for Chelsea. I can't see who it is, but definitely taking some minutes here to get him off the pitch. Okay, Blue Jays and Rays here. Here we go with Nick Martinez. 1.7 ERA Martinez. No fluke, man. Come on. 1.0 whip, 24 strikeouts, a couple of wins so far for Martinez. For the Rays and Lauer here, 6 ERA, 1-3 record. He's been garbage. 1.52 so far. Lauer's just continued to progressively get worse. Through the slowly and surely, his career is just fading away. But he gets the start here, obviously, against the Rays and Martinez. And the Rays have been on fire and been so good here. They just swept the Giants, held them just 2 runs in 3 games. They didn't produce a lot of offense, but they didn't need to. Tampa Bay's won 9 of their last 10. They're 11-4 at home, 12-6 as a favorite. Toronto's 3-8 as an underdog so far, 6-10 on the road. Coming into this one, Martinez has been elite compared to Lauer. Rays are also, like I said, strong at home. They hit lefties well, too. 280 batting average. So clear pitching and situational edge here for the Rays. But I think the total here is where I'm probably going to be headed in this one. This looks strong to me. Tampa's gone under in 8 straight, 5 straight at home. Martinez is definitely limiting any trouble. Toronto struggled to produce consistently on the road here right now. They pretty disciplined at the plate, but not or I should say, I don't want to say disciplined, but good, decent contact. It feels like at this point, but 22nd in runs. The team has no speed whatsoever, but they're a top 10 team in hits here. But man, the Rays are just so good right now. Really, look at that. I think the line looks a little light. But maybe I'll try the total in this one. Like I said, Tampa Bay here, 1-9 in their last 10 to the under, 6-9 to the under at home. And I think Martinez has been pretty strong here. Rays didn't really produce a lot of runs against San Francisco, but they got it done. Hey, their offense, another team that, puts it in play a little bit. They got good speed. Pardon me. Let me go under here in this one with Toronto and Tampa Bay today. I'll take the under with these two. Let's go to the chat here. And see what we got. Illegal Flyer FanDuel changed the lingo on lead after 2 innings to first 2 innings result. Yeah, twisted. I mean, it's hard to think there won't be some regression for Martinez for sure, but all right. Oh, Terrell. If you know, you know, right? Raise money line, and at least Lauer is Lauer tells the truth about his past, right? This Lauer, anyway. Robert likes the Rays, first 5. All right, the Rays look like good. I'm gonna take the under though here because. All right. Oh wow, could you bet on that? Nice. Wow. One of the books out here in Vegas that I recently joined, the Boomers book, has it where if you bet in a home run prop and your batter has the longest home run of the day, you get a bonus or something like that. Try to get you to bet the homer props there a little bit. Okay, I guess that's it. I'll take the under here in this one. All right, the Orioles here, and we heard Sharpie talking about a good forecast here for Shane Baz today. Baz, a 4.5 ERA, 1.5 WHIP, 29 strikeouts. Baz, not bad, but Schlittler here, been good. Schlittler, 1.5 ERA, coming in 4-1 record. Looks like one of the best pitchers in the league. 0.74 whip here so far and 49 strikeouts. What is it with these Yankees? You just bring another pitcher along and all of a sudden you got a big star. Now look, maybe Baz can calm these guys down here, but the Yankees have enjoyed this weekend series. Boy, have they ever. Won the first game 7-2, won the second game 9-4, and won yesterday's game 11-3. It just keeps getting worse here. It feels like. What's today going to be? 13-2, 13-5. Just feels like the Yankees are smashing these guys. And what happened here? A great save? What's going on? Crazy situation here with a great save here at the end of the first. Oh, a penalty kick was just stopped by Forrest. Wow. Okay, so see what you got here in this one. Now, look, the Yankees do own the Orioles here big time right now as well. Schlittler's been dominant, and Baltimore continues to struggle. It's now 8 straight meetings. We basically said every day it was 5, it was 6, it was 7. It's 8 straight meetings. Maybe it's 6, 7, and 8, but whatever. Yankees offense is starting to roll here too, hitting 279 in the past 6 games, and the bullpen edge is significant. Baltimore's games have gone over in 5 straight and 7 straight on the road. Maybe the Orioles can contribute a little bit here to this offense against Schlittler. I mean, not necessarily against him, but he's not going to go all the way. And the Orioles, the offense has some things going for it a little bit, particularly in the driving in runs, scoring some runs. They are not great batting average wise, but Yankees here certainly. They don't have a high batting average, but they sure drive in runs. And surprisingly, the Yankees got some team speed as well. Lead the league in home runs, second in walks. I'm going to go over in this one with the Orioles and the Yankees here. Yankees are 9-6 to the over at home. Baltimore's 10-3 to the over as an underdog. They've gone over in 9 of their last 10. They're 11-5 to the over on the road. Got to go over here in this one. Even the Yankees might be able to carry it by themselves here the way it's going. Give me the over in this one. Chat says here. Yankees on the run line for Cash Kane. Twisted said Yankees run line. Baz blows. Kane wants to go kind of with the Orioles. It's hard to win 4 straight. But, man, the Yankees right now, it's almost like when they have the division teams they can beat, basically everybody but the Rays, I guess. Baz can't be trusted. Oh, you know what? Sharpie studies those metrics. You got to respect what he sees something here against this unit here today. Maybe they'll get 1. Yankees first 5 here for Robert. Philly Eagle Flyers got some action here. Tigers, Angels tied after second inning. Phillies game money line. Terrell says New York is super over. Team total here. They'll get 7 or 8. He's going to look for the latter. And Var likes the Yankees. Team total over here in this one. We're having a great third show here on the Sports Money Network. All right. Well, we got the Reds here taking on the Cubs with Petty here in this one for the Reds. Got it. For Petty here, definitely got a little bit of a newbie, if you know what I mean. For Chase Petty here, he appeared in 3 games last season, allowed 13 runs and 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. First round draft pick from 2021, drafted out of high school. Had poor numbers in AAA last season. In 6 starts this year, he has an ERA of 4.38 and a whip of 1.36 and 20 and striking out 20 in 24 and 2/3 innings pitched for Petty. Reds have lost 3 straight coming in. The Cubs have been on a roll. For Edward Cabrera here, Cabrera, 3.05 ERA and a 3-0 record thus far. Cubs here just had a great series against the Padres, great series against Arizona, swept the Diamondbacks here at home over the weekend, and now here come the Reds. And the Reds had that great start, but the pitching all of a sudden has kind of gone south. We were loving the Reds pitching, but it's kind of crumbling here a little bit. Now against the Cubs, you got your work cut out for you. Cubs, the Reds might be 20-14 and surprising everybody. The Cubs are 22-20 right now and really smashing. 14-5 at home, 15-6 as a favorite. Reds have strong numbers on the road, 10-6, and also 14-11 as an underdog. But got to look at this one more from the run line perspective. Still, the Reds are 14-11 as a run line dog here, but maybe this pitching, maybe this streak for the Cubs, just a little bit too much. It feels like right now. These two teams are combined 33-24 to the over thus far, and both teams are going over frequently here right now. Each team has gone over in 8 of their last 10. Chicago's gone over in 11 of 19 at home. Obviously, we're dealing with a Cubs wind total here, so not to bury the lead here a little bit. That probably should be talked about right now. Wind is blowing straight out to center field at 12 miles an hour when it starts, but it does die down a little bit as the game moves along. Temperatures are in the 70-degree range here in Chicago right now. So Cabrera's got a clear edge over rookie Petty, coming in 11 straight wins at home for the Cubs. And this Reds bullpen that was so good early on is now given up 26 runs in the last 24 innings, and that one-time 2-point whatever ERA has fallen all the way to 4.14, basically probably middle of the pack right now. So the bullpen, it was a little bit of a fluke there, I think. Just a good start. They're probably still pretty decent, but everything's going right for the Cubs right now. It's just a good feeling right now to be a Cubs fan. Cash Gains on the Cubs run line. And Twisted has not liked Petty prior to him, and we'll see. New year here. Over for Kane. He says the Reds score some runs, but also not much defense. Cabrera will give up a few. The wind's blowing out. Kind of want to be on the Reds run line for Twisted, he says. But Petty's going to be keeping him off. Robert's on the Cubs. I think I'm with Robert here. I'm going to take the over, though. I think I'm going over the big number, the big win number here, and I'm going to go over 11.5. Yeah, 11.5 at even. I'm going to take the over in this one. All right, we're going to the American League Central. Look out, Guardians and Royals here in this one. But let's see what you think here with the Guardians and the Royals. Look, it looks like on the surface here should be a good pitching matchup. You got Tanner Bybee, 4.07 ERA, but an 0-4 record. But Bybee hasn't looked that good. Meanwhile, Michael Wacha, 3.13 ERA, 2-2 record coming in. Wacha, 1.13 whip. Bybee's whip is 1.44 so far. Not maybe what we're expecting from Tanner Bybee, but, we're expecting, overwhelming numbers, but certainly a little bit better than this. Wacha's actually been probably better than his 3.13 ERA, but 2-2 record here right now. Kansas City just had an incredible series sweeping Seattle. What is it with Kansas? Maybe Kansas City starting to pick it up. I think maybe we should focus in on that a little bit. Now, it does feel like, look at this total, man. It's high. It is high. And Royals are 10-6 to the over at home, and the Guardians are 11-8 to the over on the road. I was hoping this would be a little bit lower. I was thinking about going a premium on the over here in this one. Now, the teams did meet in a 3-game set earlier here, and it was Cleveland taking the series just about a month ago, winning the final 2 games at home, 2-1 and 10-2. Royals got the first one 4-2 here. So I don't know. The Royals feel like they're starting to build some momentum here right now. Yes, the Guardians also 18-17. They've won 3 of 4. Just had a pretty good series here. It wasn't a sweep, but they did take 2 of 3 from the A's. Clobbered them in those first 2 games, and they got beat pretty good here on Sunday. But I'm going to go with the over here in this one with the Guardians and the Royals today. Look, I like Waka a lot, but this total, look, 9-0. I'm going to trust the move here in this one and go over the 9. Let's see how you guys have it in the chat. Bobby struggled on the road a little bit more than he has at home. KC's betting 273 at home. I think KC's bullpen in recent form anyway is probably a little bit better. Both teams are trending under, and make no mistake. KC under in 5 of 6, Cleveland under in 5 of 7, but KC does have a little bit of a home over streak right now. And, I think here going up against Bybee, Royals are starting to, they had, like I said, a good series there, outscored the Mariners 14-9 in that series. I'm going to go over in this one. Let's see if chat doing anything here. Maybe first 5 under here for Kane. Waka gets shelled with all those lefties, and the Guardians lineup says Twisted. He's been good against lefties so far, but a little regression here. Twisted will take the Guardians here in this one. Whoops. All right, next up here, Brewers and Cardinals here. Miller or Bush? And Miller or Bud? Miller or Bud? Here taking on the Brewer, Patrick and Leahy too. Don't forget, you got a good Irish battle here. Drink some beer and watch Patrick and Leahy in this one. For the Brewers here, slight favorite on the road, $1.15, maybe $1.20. Brewers are 18-15. Cards are 20-14. Shades of the 1982 World Series here with the way these two teams are playing well right now. Cardinals did get their winning streak snapped on Sunday, but they were rolling. They won the series over the Dodgers after they swept Pittsburgh. Been a good run here for the Cardinals. Wow. Meanwhile, for the Brewers, they did win the series against Washington, even though they did win the last game. Cardinals are 19-13 as an underdog this season, and they're an underdog here in this game. It's a slight favorite here for Milwaukee right now. Milwaukee 12-8. As a favorite here so far this season, Chad Patrick, 2.57 ERA, 2-1 record. Leahy, 5.5 ERA, 3-3 record, and a 1.67 whip. So he's gotten plenty of run support, but probably not the pitcher that Chad Patrick is. And Patrick did kind of get an extra day here. Remember, they pushed him back from yesterday here in this one. I'm going to take the Brewers here on the road. To win. I would think that the Brewers could hit Leahy here, actually, and maybe get to him. Let's see here. Milwaukee is 11-9 to the over as a favorite. St. Louis 17-14 over as a dog. I don't know if the trends are there necessarily to support it, but Chad Patrick's clearly the more reliable arm here. Milwaukee also with probably a bullpen edge, 3.67 ERA to St. Louis's 4.92. I think Leahy's struggles create the potential for the over here somewhat, and the fact that let me see here, it has moved higher here. It was 8 over on the opener, but now up to 8.5 here at a lot of places. So I think it's more of a situational over here for me, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Brewers here in this one. I better take the Brewers on the road over the Cardinals today. I got them taking them here as a small favorite. All right, and got here Bars on the over here, Roberts on the over, and Robert likes the Brewers. First 5 on the money line. All right, we're doing a good job. We're keeping it going. We're almost done here with the morning steam. And I've got a few games left, however. How about the Dodgers and Yamamoto in this one? Minus 205 against the Astros here. Now, you know what? You got to figure the Dodgers look. Maybe this is one where the Astros can parlay their success here. They've won 3 of 4. They've won 2 in a row right now, despite a rocky season so far. But hey, they beat Boston twice on the road here this weekend. Dodgers, meanwhile, lost the series to St. Louis. They did win the final game here to avoid the sweep. They're still 21-13. Houston almost opposite at 14-21. But I think you got to look at the run line here. Dodgers 16-18 on the run line. They've been favored in every game, but as a run line favorite, Houston is 10-9 as a run line underdog here. For the Astros here, this is going to be an opener here, I believe, in Stephen Okert. He's got that 4.20 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, 10 strikeouts. But I do believe after that, I believe Okert is just an opener here in this one. After that, the Astros will be, I believe, coming in here with Ryan Weiss, who will be the bulk pitcher. Weiss has a 6.65 ERA in 8 games and a WHIP of 1.98. Probably should just let this Okert go as long as he can. He does strike out 23.6% of the batters and is a fly ball pitcher. Ryan Weiss allows 2.5 home runs for every 9 innings. Oh, man, I got to take the Dodgers in this one. Come on. Look, I'm not saying it's too easy here. I mean, the Astros have had their problems. They should be better than this, right? And maybe they're starting to get it together a little bit here, but I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Astros with Yamamoto. Here in this one, I think it just feels like a safer situation. I think Yamamoto gives LA a strong edge over especially Houston's bullpen, that 6.2 ERA. It's not going down much. So I think this is for me, we'll see. The widely reported steam, I believe, came in on the under in this game. And I kind of believe it. It opened 9 under here. It's still 9 under at some places. I think Yamamoto might be dealing here at old Dakin Park. We'll see, but I don't trust the Astros here at this point with this going up against Yamamoto. Now, look, the Astros offense has been off the charts, but the pitching's been bad, and I think the Dodgers might have that advantage of giving Yamamoto here. You have 2 of the top offenses in the league, but I don't know if we're going to get an over in this one between these 2 tonight. Don't make no mistake. Houston is 12-4 to the over at home right now, but Dodgers are a little bit under, 15-19 to the under this season. So, all right, let me go to the chat here. Maybe there'll be some Houston support. Can't take all these chalky favorites. Here's the Dodgers on the run line for VAR. And Stop Geo is going to tone it down now on his NBA bets here in the postseason. I don't mind that, Stop Geo, but I usually step it up actually in the postseason. Robert here's going with the Dodgers as well. I'm going with the Dodgers on the run line here. All right. Got what do we got? A couple more. We got one more. Couple more here. Couple more. A few more here. We got to go with the pitching matchup of the year. I'm not kidding. Now, okay, I know the White Sox and the Angels here. You know what? If anything, maybe it'll make this even more interesting with the pitchers, right? I mean, these offenses are bad, but uh, you've got Davis Martin here, 4-1 for the White Sox of all teams. They're 16-18. We need to give them some credit. But 1.94 ERA, 1.8 WHIP, and that 4-1 record gives Martin his status in the game of the year pitching wise. Yeah, Martin's not the best as far as this man, Jose Soriano, 0.84 ERA, 5-1 record for the Angels. The Angels only have 13 wins. Soriano's got 5 of them. He's got a .94 WHIP and 49 strikeouts so far, and he's favored by like $1.55 like tomorrow's newspaper. You got to be kidding me. And look, I've loved Soriano so far. He is starting to catch up to him. A little bit of regression, giving up the runs in the last game, couple of home runs, I think, right? But Davis Martin's been terrific, and this White Sox offense does look better than the Angels offense, especially right now. The White Sox come in here on a bit of a roll. They just beat the Angels. We know they just clubbed the Angels there and lost to the Padres yesterday, but they won the series over the Padres. Now they're going to travel up the road to play them again here after they just White Sox just swept the Angels in Chicago 8-7, 5-2, and 3-2 just last week. Come on. Okay, I'm trying to make a case for the Angels. Soriano's about all I can say right now about this team. The offense is, not great. We know that. They do have a little bit of power here for sure, and pretty disciplined are the Angels. But let's see what you have, man. I'll probably just go to the total in this one because, man, the White Sox. Come on, no one's laying $1.55 with the Angels, no matter how. Maybe you could if Soriano was going up against a mediocre arm, but I think Davis Martin's done a great job here so far. He's been excellent. Chicago's 5-1 in their last 6 games. The Angels have lost 8 of 9, and they struggle versus right-handers. That's a fact. Soriano gives Martin a strong pitching duel. Angels trend heavily under here at home. I got to go under in this one. I think this one could be a White Sox low-scoring game victory here. What do you think? I'm going to go under here with the White Sox and the Angels. These bats aren't going to get going against these starters. Maybe against the pen they will. Here we go. I don't think anybody's going to take this game, huh? I mean, Angels on the run line for Barr. Yeah,
Critical
right,
notice.
Terrell, and we know also. We got a little bit of breaking news here right now, and for the Mets, maybe I had the opener. I don't know if I was wrong necessarily, but Brazoban is going to be the opener here for the Mets today, and not Myers. So it'll be Brazoban is the Mets opener here today against the Rockies. I don't think that changes anything for me. White Sox are passed for Twisted. Maybe first 5 for the White Sox here. That might be it from you guys in this one. I'm going to take the under. All right, let's take a look here at the Braves on the road with J.R. Ritchie. J.R. Ritchie's been pretty good in a couple of games here, right? 2.91 ERA, 1-0 record coming in against Logan Gilbert. 4.02 ERA, 1-3 record. Gilbert has a 1.29 WHIP and 39 strikeouts. But Ritchie's look good, and the Mariners are favored here. They just got swept at home by the Royals. You think should be favored against the Braves? Maybe the pitching matchup says so. You got, obviously an inexperienced pitcher for the Braves, but Ritchie's looked decent. Braves come in here 13-4 on the road. So come on. I'm taking the Braves. Do I don't need to go any further? I'm taking the Braves in this one. Now, maybe, the Mariners just look terrible against the Royals. Sometimes the Mariners can be flaky like that. They'll probably turn it around. Remember, they had a good series on the road against Minnesota, then just stunk it up against the Royals. They lost 7-6, 3-2, and 4-1. Not only that, you've got struggling here, Cal Raleigh just to get in the lineup here at this point. He's still questionable with that side injury. Now, Ronald Acuna Jr. is out for the Braves. We know that, but who cares? These Braves, they don't, uh, from Drake Baldwin, Michael Harris, Matty Olson, Ozzy Albies, they're all smashing it. Dom Smith, Mauricio Dubon. The Braves have been terrific offensively. Seattle, not so much. J-Rod's been okay, Rosarena okay, but Young okay. But I'm taking the Braves. I don't care. I'm done. Braves. Let's go to the chat. Braves are 13-4 on the road so far. Braves are also 1-4 to the under as an underdog here. Seattle's been an under team a little bit so far this season. Whoops. There we go. See what we got here in this one. I'm going to have here Bars on the Mariners, though. Twisted says White Sox does hit Soriano good. Yeah, but and look, Soriano, there's going to be a little bit of obviously we said the regression a little bit, right? And Soriano, I think he's only faced a couple of the guys though, but I think the other thing there is Soriano, maybe this year is a different year. Soriano, he might not go on to a ERA under 1, obviously, but is obviously at this point, whether he's found something finally in his career here or look, he's always had it in him. All right, Bumblebee Farmers sending me the money, sending me the honey. We don't want the honey, we want the money. Twisted here says under 7.5 in this one. And Robert likes the under too. I'm going to mark that down that you guys are hot on the under because I think I am too, but I'm going to go with the Braves here at plus money. Come on. They couldn't even beat the Royals. Okay, the Royals are maybe that's going to be the start of something for the Royals. Let's not totally downplay that sweep, but Braves here at plus money, and after Mariners got swept at home, the Braves are out on fire. I'm going to have to take the Braves. I think we're wrapping it up here with the Padres on the road with Strandy Vasquez going. Padres snapped that losing streak last time out. Fortunately, they're playing the Giants here, and old McDonald. For Vasquez, 2.94 ERA, 3-0 record. I like Vasquez. Not many people do. 1.16 whip, 2.94. The ERA, as I said, 34 strikeouts so far for the Giants here. This is Trevor McDonald. 4 career appearances, an ERA of 1.5 and a whip of 0.89, 18 innings, 15 strikeouts. 2019 high school pick in the 11th round. Struggled this season in AAA, and last year he had an ERA of 5.37 and a whip of 1.45 and 142 AAA innings, as I see Nottingham Forest has just scored again to make it 3-0 over the Blues. So feels like a pretty strong advantage here for the Padres. I know it's $1.40, $1.50, but I'm going to take my Padres here today as a road favorite. Don't want to lay too much chalk here, but I'm going to this time. I think the Padres are going to bounce back here against the Giants right now. For the Giants' sake, I hope they can start to turn around. Otherwise, it's going to be a long season. Like I said, the second worst record in the league right now. They are 2-8 in their last 10, just 8-15 at home. The Padres are 13-7. 8-15 as an underdog. The Padres are 13-7 as a favorite, and the Padres are 9-5 on the road here thus far. Wind is blowing out 9 miles an hour center field, and the swirling winds of San Francisco here. Let's see how you guys have it in this one. Padres. I'm still taking them here over the Giants. Vasquez has been solid. Giants just got swept, not only swept in that last series, as we mentioned, by the Tampa Bay Rays, but they got swept by Philly before that. In Tampa, they only scored 2 runs and were outscored 10-2 with a beautiful drop. So Oracle here, these two teams, 13 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams have gone under. It's almost automatic. Giants offense also slumping badly here. So, all right, see what you guys have. Is it 4-0 or what? Oh, no, that was they're showing the third goal again. So Padres have dominated long term also in the matchup, winning 14 of the last 19 meetings between the two teams. So I'm going to take the Padres here, and I think we're going to see Strandy Vasquez pitch pretty well against him here. Let's see if the chat says anything here in our final game of the day. All right, let's see. Is Robert going under in this one there? Do I have the wrong total? Oh, that might have been the last game. The Padre total is definitely 8 here, right? Twisted said the Braves are a trap. Twisted has Strandy to pitch a gem. I think the show's over. The markets are falling again, and about time to wrap it up. Got some nice soccer action here today on Monday. So have a great sports betting day. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, we got just in 30 minutes here. Hopefully I didn't cancel the show between Mikey and Sharky. It's only the third time I've canceled Mikey's show by firing up the wrong show here, but they told me they fixed it, so I feel better already. And I'll be back tomorrow here with more Morning Steam. We'll preview NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, and we got a great UFC card here this week, too. We're going to have BB MMA picks here, I believe, on Tuesday. But Chimaev and Strickland here this weekend, Tyra and Ban, and some good matchups. Right, Thunder Strauss? Sports! Let's go. Man, I like the kick viewers here coming in and firing me up. Gives me some motivation here on Motivation Monday. All right, please go over to winnable.com. Hey, for everyone joining me here on the show today, usually I do a drawing. I don't think we've done it yet here on the, I guess we did on the first day. But just for today, I want you to go to winnable.com, and you can use the promo code LIVE, LIVE, to get 1 week of my picks from winnable.com. I send out a few packages a day of more information, more timely information here. Hey, I got to make these picks here at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, West Coast time. So get more picks from me here when you subscribe over at winnable.com. You'll get the plays usually 30 to 60 minutes before the action begins. Just a more timely product here from me, more picks, more information, more content from me over at winnable.com. There's a free subscription over there as well that you're going to want to get. So please follow me here and subscribe over at winnable.com. Oh man, cramp. Good thing the show's over. Winnable.com/Ramon. If you want to purchase, use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off the premium pick packages here on my Win Club. All right, just going to do it. Stay tuned for the show. Top of the hour, bases loaded with Mikey and Sharky. They'll go over the 10 games that we just talked about. Hey, see where we agree, and maybe that'll make you get loaded up on one of those plays. All right, that's going to do it here. Don't forget, join the crew here tonight as well. Man, these guys are doing an incredible job with the streaming here every day and our horse racing coverage as well. What a great weekend it was in the thoroughbred game there with Sherry DeVoe winning the Kentucky Derby. I don't think we've heard just yet about their plans yet, have we, to see if they'll go? But you know what? From last place to legend, Golden Tempo, right there in the Derby. All right. Appreciate you guys. Real great job here. And that's going to do it. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.